Okay, I just need to say okay on my screen.
Yeah, please okay. And shall we start?
Sure.
Yeah, okay. So hello everybody. My name's Georgina Hallaby and I'm a performance and wellbeing coach based out of the UK. And I was lucky enough to meet Chamundai only recently, about 2 months ago. I'd put out my vision board. I wanted to do retreats, and like 30 seconds later, my sister texts me with, "You have to meet Chamundai. She runs retreats in India." So next minute, I'm texting her, and before you know it, she's coming on as a guest speaker to talk about laughter yoga. So Chamundai is a coach, a spiritual leader, and healer. But I'm going to hand over because nobody can explain quite what she does like Chamundai. So everybody, welcome.
Thank you so much, Georgina. It was so fun. I love the synchronicities of how we all meet each other, and literally, yes, I'd started my India retreats, and that's one of my passions, I guess. And of course, India is the home of laughter yoga, which is the theme of today. So welcome to our session on laughter yoga. And what you'll discover in this session is that laughter is liberation on many, many levels. So it goes way beyond what you might think about. It's just kind of one of those things that we do when the comedy's on, or when the movie's on, or we see funny videos or something. Laughter really goes far beyond what you might imagine. So I'm thinking that perhaps some of you are here because you are curious about laughter yoga, or you feel like you want to laugh a little bit more, or perhaps even you feel like you don't laugh enough, and you'd like this opportunity to discover some ways. And so my promise to you is in the next 50 minutes or so, you'll discover why laughter is your secret weapon in life, in every area of life. This is your untapped resource, and you already know how to do it. So I better just check again. I did ask before. Who knows how to laugh? Just raise your hand and wave at me, those of you. Yep. Or put yes in the chat if your camera's not on. Yes. Who knows how to laugh? And who feels great when they've had a really good laugh? Who just feels really good? Yes. And who has ever heard that laughter has some health benefits, that it's good for you to laugh? Who's ever heard that? Yes, that's right. And so bearing in mind that laughter is good for us, you might take a moment to think, when's the last time you had a really, really good belly laugh where you were just almost crying and it left you just feeling fantastic? And just put in the chat box, how long ago was that? Was it in the last day? Was it in the last week? Might help if I could see the chat, because I can't at the moment. But I'm thinking that my trusty companion Georgina can probably see it. About a month ago for Georgina, great. Not sure about anyone else. So I think the thing about laughing is that sometimes we save it up. Whoever feels like they save up their laughter until something's funny? That's right. Just put a yes in the chat if you feel like sometimes you're saving your laughter and you're maybe not expressing it. Yeah, that's right.
So I don't a few answers. A few months ago, several months, laughed today, but can't remember last belly laugh like me. A while ago. Yes, I chuckle a lot.
Oh, good. That's great. Yes, that's really, really good that you laugh a lot. And so whether you already laugh a lot or whether you'd like to laugh more, either is fantastic. However, you might be interested in a very interesting statistic, which is, that doesn't make sense. You're interested in the interesting statistic, that children laugh around about 400 times a day. But by the time you become an adult, you're lucky if you laugh 15 times in a day. And you might say, well, why does that matter? Who cares whether I laugh a lot or I don't? However, when you understand the actual benefits of laughing, you will realize that laughing 400 times a day is fantastic. So if you've ever heard any laughing facts and, what laughter does, if you know anything about the health benefits of laughter, just drop it into the chat. I think, the most common ones that we hear are that laughter produces this cocktail of chemicals, and they're endorphins, dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin, and they're all the chemicals that make you feel good. They're naturally occurring in your brain, But sometimes if we're not feeling great, those chemicals are just asleep. They're just lying there, sleeping, waiting for us to wake them up and to release them into our body so that we get the feelings. And so some of the other things are laughter helps to relieve pain. One of the first laughter research studies showed that laughter relieves pain. That's the endorphins. It lowers your blood pressure. It stabilizes blood sugar. They've used it with diabetes and other studies. And it has this miraculous way of increasing your oxygen levels. And who's ever heard that, you know, having plenty of oxygen in our system is good for us? Like it's good for the heart. Just put a yes in the chat if you've ever heard about oxygen therapy. It's actually a whole thing in itself. Giving our body and our cells high levels of oxygen is a health. They've found that it even takes away tumor cells when you put high concentrations of oxygen into the cells. It eats, you know, it dissolves the tumors. So oxygen therapy is fantastic, and laughing naturally increases our oxygen levels. So there's all sorts of reasons why laughing is this activity that is fantastic. And so you might be wondering, for those of you who don't know me, I'm Chamundai, and I have this interesting history, because if you'd seen me and been with me 25 years ago, you'd have seen me as a stressed out lawyer. Very serious face, very serious. I know it's hard to believe now. I've had a transformation. So I was very serious. I was divorced, sadly. After 16 years of marriage, I had 2 children. They were 9 and 12. I had a boy and a girl, and I was looking after them. I was working as a lawyer. I'd gone out of the law for a bit, but I'd gone back in again. And I was working as a lawyer. I was stressed. I was working long days. I was, you know, don't like to remember, but yes, I would sometimes yell at the kids and tell them to tidy up their room and then yell at them again. And so it was kind of one of those households. And I was driving home one day. If you'd been with me, we're driving along in the car. I'd been in a really stressful court case. I'd been up for hours. It was like more than a 12-hour day. I was driving home, sitting in the car, and I was thinking, can I keep doing this? Am I going to just keep doing this day after day? So as I'm driving along, the trees are whizzing by, the sounds of the cars, I'm on the highway. And so I literally grabbed the steering wheel and I said out loud, please God, I'm so sick of being a lawyer. What do you want me to do now? Who knows where that question came from? Anyway, immediately into my head came this idea, and it was quite strong. It was like one of those epiphanies. Who's ever had those light bulb moments where just, and the thing was, start a laughter club. What the? Start a laughter club. What is a laughter club? I'd never heard of laughter clubs, didn't know what they were. So I'm driving along thinking, start a laughter club? What the hell? What is that? But I couldn't forget it. So I went home and I Googled laughter clubs. Fast forward, if you've been with me then 15 years ago, here I was, I discovered laughter yoga. I discovered Dr. Madan Kataria, the founder of laughter yoga. I'd been traveling around with him. I'd been learning laughter yoga. I'd been teaching groups, schools, hospitals, law firms, all sorts of organizations. I had been noticing in my own life how laughing on a regular basis totally transformed me. So it wasn't serious anymore. When the kids spilled the milk, when we were just about to go out the door, we all look at it and we all burst out laughing together. And that was the day that I thought, okay, this has really changed me. Instead of yelling at them like, why don't you be more careful? It was like, we just all burst out laughing and we all quickly cleaned it up. And so life really transformed. If you'd been with me 10 years ago, you would have noticed that I'd had not only been doing laughter yoga, but here I was also running spiritual classes and retreats and teaching all of the spirituality that I love, which laughter is an integral part of. So they're not separate at all. Laughter is one of the best spiritual tools that you will ever find, because it opens your heart, it connects you to your soul, and it brings great joy, and it helps your relationships. So here I was. And I discovered in all this time, as I was lucky enough to be sitting with beautiful Indian masters and being taught spiritual mantras and secrets and energy healing and all this wonderful stuff that I was learning, my teacher said to me one day, people think spirituality is serious, but he said, but it's the most fun you'll ever have in your life. And he was looking right at me, and I just started laughing, realizing that the whole of life's journey can become fun and it can become an adventure. And I realized that there's a big problem in the world, and that is that especially in the professional life, we become very serious and we take ourselves and our work very seriously. And we forget that life's a game, it's fun. And of course, we do our very best effort. I'm not saying don't make good effort in your work at all. In fact, when you laugh, you'll make an even better effort in your work, because you'll be more relaxed and your right brain will be engaged. So you'll get creative ideas that you would never get when you're stressed out and serious. So that's why I've dedicated my life to bringing laughter and spirituality and all of those good things into not only the lives of people around me, but in particular in the lives of professionals, because without that joy and that laughter and that connection to our soul and our spirit, we're just half of ourselves. And I don't think we want to be half, like, I don't know if you can see that, there's half a bottle, but that's actually blessed water. We don't want to be half the bottle. We want to be bottle full, right? We want to be filled up. And so our physical, what we see is one dimension, but there's so much more. And when we add laughter to that, then we can just become way more of who we are. So if you're willing to delve into another little part of who you are and to really expand into your capacity to laugh, then you are in the right place. And if you really think that you don't want to laugh, then maybe just leave now, or you can turn your camera off and just listen to us, because I've had people in my classes who feel they're not really able to get into the laughter, but listening to everyone else makes them feel good. So laughter yoga was started by an Indian medical doctor. Ha ha ha. Whenever he introduces himself, he always laughs straight away. So I think that's a good idea. My name is Chamundai. Ha ha. Let's all try that. Even if you're on mute, that's fine. Just say your name and start laughing, and I'll explain why we do this. It's a spiritual tool. So just say, my name is. So my name is Chamundai. Ha 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 ha. I'm lucky because I have a funny name. That's another story in itself. And then just say where you're from. I'm from a place called Buff Point in Australia. So just say where you're from and start laughing. And then just say what you do. I'm a spiritual teacher, and then just start laughing, or whatever your occupation is. Okay, so why would we be doing this? This is weird, right? Who thinks this is slightly weird? It's okay. There's a couple of reasons. One is we're showing ourselves that we can laugh for no reason. We are having a bit of fun and playing, which is very important. But thirdly, we're actually helping ourselves to realize that our name, where we live, and what we do is an identity. And we can take that identity quite seriously and we can protect it. But when you start to laugh about it, you start to realize that who you are by your name and your identity is nothing special. I'm not special in the world. There's like billions of people in the world. So we can start to undo that tightness that we might have in ourselves, where we feel like we can't relax and we can't let go. And laughter yoga in particular is about laughing for no reason. So how do we do that? How do we laugh for no reason? Well, if I said to you, look, you've got to go on this TV show and they're going to pay you $1 million, and all you have to do is laugh on command. Who reckons they could do it? Put a yes in the chat box if you reckon people could buy your laughter. Let's give it a go. We've all just been given $1 million. We're on this TV show and they just need some laughing people. So let's just go. They're going to say, laugh now. Ha, 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 ha.
So we've got some yeses. I think yes, but not authentic. not authentically.
Doesn't matter, does it? If we're getting $1 million, let's just give it a go. Let's just fake it till we make it. They said you've got to keep going for a minute before you get the money. I wish I got $1 million every time I laugh for a minute. I'd have some big charities going, I can tell you. Okay, now wipe that smile off your face. Whoever got told when they were little, grow up, be serious, stop all that noise? Anyone ever get told that? Just put a yes in the chat. Or was it only me? So maybe along the line of our growing up, we've had this laughter button sort of switched off. And maybe there's a really good reason why children laugh 400 times in a day and adults are lucky to laugh 15 times. Maybe it's because of our socialization that has led us to think that we need a reason to laugh. This is a very common misunderstanding. So who thinks that it's kind of a bit weird? And it's okay. This is a normal in our society. It's very normal that everyone thinks, well, you only laugh if there's something funny. Like, whoever decided that? Who decided we should only laugh when there's something funny? Some of us laughed then. I don't think there was anything funny. In fact, it was a bit weird, but we all did it. So why should we save up our laughter? What are we going to do with it if we save it up? It's just going to kind of wither up within us. And so when you look at what laughter does across all areas of life, there's a very big incentive to laugh. So who enjoys having great relationships and getting along with people, especially like your partner, your family? Just put a yes in the chat box if you'd like to get along with people. Well, lots of research shows that particularly in couples, those couples who are able to laugh together and have fun in their relationship, they last, their relationships are stronger and longer. So again, laughter is liberation. It's liberating you from conflict in your relationships. Your laughter and your relationships get stronger and longer. You'll discover when you practice this, it can be a little hard to believe, but if you have a problem, and whether that problem is a relationship or it's something else, when you learn to be able to laugh about it, you change the whole chemistry of how you store the memory. So memory gets stored with the emotion, and the myelin gets wrapped around the pathways inside the brain and makes them strong. But when you start to undo the emotion, it's quite hard to remember conflict. And so think about, you can actually try this later. It's probably going to be easier at the end of the class when we will laugh a little bit more than we did just then. But you can experiment with this later. You can think about something that really annoyed you, then do the laughing thing. Someone's giving me $1 million, I'm going to laugh. Don't worry about if it's authentic or not authentic, because the body chemistry is exactly the same. Fake it or real, doesn't matter. It still has the same impact in your body. Do the fake laughing and then think about the problem again. And I promise you 100% guarantee you'll either not be able to remember the problem, or if you do remember it, you'll wonder why it was so stressful. And it will be almost like the problem has gone far away in your mind. So instead of it being right here stressed out, it's like you've taken it like a ball and you've thrown it out into the future or the past, and it's just gone and disappeared. So does that sound like something that's a useful thing in everyday life, just to be able to throw away your problems literally? Does that sound useful? I found it very useful with some, especially when I was doing a lot of this and I was being a lawyer. So we will do some little laughing practices, because I know that's why you came. And laughing activates the right brain. So what we'll do is just stay open and follow along. I'm going to demonstrate some things, and then I'll just ask you to copy me. That's all you need to do. And in your openness to the laughing, just let yourself laugh as much or as little as you want to. And you can kind of fake the laughter if you feel like that's not authentic. I don't want to. You don't have to. However, I would encourage you to do your best to bring forth the laughter in the way that you can, because it does gain its own momentum, because the reality is your body knows how to laugh. And if you've ever seen videos of babies laughing, no one was telling them a joke. No one had their joke book. They were just laughing. So we know that laughing is simply a human reflex, and it's something that's within our body. And if you laugh easily, great. If you don't laugh so easily, it might just be because you haven't given yourself yet full permission to laugh no matter what. And if in doubt, you can always laugh home alone in the privacy of your own room and no one will know. But when you go out to the world, you'll just beam out this happy, laughing kind of, it opens up your heart. So that's how we engage with people. And that's another reason why relationships get better. All right.
Chamundai, can I just quickly just ask something? Would it be better at this point when we do the exercises for everyone to unmute themselves? Because there is something infectious about laughing. Just when you were laughing, it made me laugh. And even if we are going to fake it, let's just all have a laugh together. So if you're willing to do that, and also for the benefit of people watching, let's raise the
I'm happy either way. You the only thing we might need to do is for you to be able to hear my next instruction, what I'll do is I'll wave a little bit. And so if everyone pauses for a minute while I explain the next thing we're doing, but yes, definitely unmute and share our laughter. I think it's a great idea.
Thank you.
And we're going to start with a standing up exercise. So if you're, and by the way, when we do this, just do what's comfortable for your body. So you know your body, you know what's easy, what's not. If I'm demonstrating something, but you know your body doesn't like doing that, we don't want to bring in pain or discomfort or anything like that. Sit down whenever you need to. Some of the exercises are done standing up because it helps the flow of energy and laughter through the body. So if you feel like you need to sit down, that is totally fine. But if you can stand up to participate, it's also good. All right. So the first thing we're going to do, my head will be a bit cut off here, so I'm just going to stand down here. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to do a little bit of shaking of the body. So just shaking. And as you're shaking, you're going to just add in ha, 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 ha. And shake your legs all the way down to the feet. Ha, 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 ha. Any stress, shake it out through your hands. And with the other hand. That $1 million is waiting for you, the more easy you laugh. And so a little bit. And then we're going to do something playful and silly. So just copy me. Very good. Very good.
Very good.
Yay. Yay. Very good. Very good. Yay.
Very good.
Very good. Very good. Yay.
All right. So now you're going to connect to your source of energy. So as well as your physical body, you have a soul, and we can imagine that there's just sunlight coming in. So think about it as sunlight from above. We're just going to put our hands up and imagine we can bring that sunlight all the way in. And just with a gentle laugh, just ha ha, bring it down all over your body. Ha 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 ha. Like a gentle shower. And imagine it's washing away any stress out of your energy field. And then what do we say? Very good. Very good. Yay! Well done, everybody. Now, there's another way to help the laughter come from the body. So we're going to move the hand around, and there's a slightly different sound for each position of the hand. So when we put the hand on the throat, it's going to be he, he, he. So just practice that with me. He, 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 he. When it's on the chest in the heart area, it's ha, 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 ha. And then when the hand goes to the belly, it's ho, 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 just like Santa, right? Ho, 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 ho. Chest, ha, 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 ha. Ha, ha, ha. Chest, ho, ho, ho. Belly, ho, ho, ho. Chest, ha, ha, ha. He, he, he. Yes. Ho, ho, ho. Now we're going to move that. I'm going to move my hand around a bit. And you'll just do, I don't know how to do this. You'll just do the sound wherever it is. And don't worry if we all get mixed up. Ho, 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 ho. Very good. Very good. 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 Done, everybody. Now, there's a playful element to laughter yoga, and that is childlike playfulness and kind of games. It's almost like drama games if you ever did any sort of playback theatre or anything like that. Dr. Kataria, who founded laughter yoga, he also had some acting and sort of skills. So he brought in these funny little games, and it's in order to generate that laughing. So again, what we're going to do is just follow along, and it's kind of like we're following a little bit of a story. So we're just meeting each other, and we normally would shake hands and we'd go, hello, very nice to meet you. We're serious. I used to be a serious lawyer, but we're going to laugh and pretend to shake hands, even by the Zoom, and we're going to laugh. So imagine, and you can walk around a bit in your space and imagine you're greeting your friends or strangers, and you're just going to shake hands with them and laugh. Let's all go. Ha, 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 ha. Then cross hands. You want to use the right and left side of the body. So shake with the other hand. Pretend you've got a sore right arm and you're going to shake with your left hand. And then remember, what do we say? Very good. Very good. Yay! Very good. Very good. Very good. Yay! Yay! Well done, everybody. So who's feeling like they're getting closer to their $1 million because they're laughing a bit more? It's going up to 2 million if you laugh even better. Okay. So now just take a minute to close your eyes. You can stand or sit. We will be moving around a little bit more in a minute. Just closing your eyes. Just tune into how your body's feeling. Just noticing your breathing. You can tune in even just slightly outside your physical body. Just start to notice around the physical body. You might notice some energy or movement. And just ask yourself how you're feeling. Sometimes it brings up like, this is silly. Why are we doing this? I'm not allowed to laugh. There's no reason, nothing's funny, that's okay. And sometimes you're just feeling the happiness of it, and all of that is perfect. And when you're ready, open your eyes. Anybody feel anything in particular? You can call it out if we're not muted. Anybody aware of anything going on?
Sense of peace.
I'm going to be able to sleep because I'm getting excited. Like I feel a little bit like I'm getting a bit lively, and I was falling asleep earlier. Like, yeah.
So that's right, lively or more energized. Someone else, they're feeling peaceful. Yep. So keep an eye on that as we go through. And if anyone else wanted, it's a bit hard sometimes if we all try to talk at once, but if you want to put anything else in the chat, Georgina can probably save the chat, I imagine, as well, and then we can keep those.
And yawning.
Yep. Yes, yawning can be a big one because again, your whole body's activating, and sometimes that's actually just bringing in more oxygen when we're yawning. So that's a good thing. Now we're going to what are we going to do now? I went completely blank about our next laughing exercise. I think sometimes laughter makes your mind go blank. I laugh about the fact that I've gone blank for a minute while I unblank. And maybe it's the laugh of just laugh. Let's laugh for no reason. Just laugh. I don't know why I'm laughing. Oh, I know there is a very good one. Who's ever done dental floss where you clean your teeth with dental floss? I know there's all sorts of different like high-tech things, but in the old days there was just that string, right? Instead of doing dental floss, we're going to do mental floss. So we're going to clean out our brains from all of the stuff we don't need, all of the negative thoughts, all of the stressful thoughts. So get your piece of mental floss and you're going to poke it through your ear. This is where the fun and the pretending comes in, right? And then you're going to just floss your brain. Anyone ask you what you did half an hour ago? I just cleaned out my brain. Ooh, now you might want to pull out one side because you'll probably find a fair bit of gunk will come out. Leave it out. You don't want any of that gunk in there. All the negativity, all the worry, all the stress. Well, it might want to come out your throat as well.
Can you do this to other people as well?
Maybe need their permission.
Floss ahead.
We can also make sure we do a really good job so we can actually unzip our heads. Zip, take out our brain. Here it is. And then sweep it. Make sure all that junk's come out of it. Give it a sweep. And then we're going to put some laughing into our brain. So get your laughing hand and put some laughing in. Ha, ha, ha. Then put the brain back in. Make sure it goes back. You've got to be able to think. Push it in and zip it back up. Good. And then you can do that patting on the head and rubbing the tummy thing that sometimes is a bit tricky. Then try and swap hands if you think you're good at it. Swap hands. And then what do we say? Very good.
Very good.
Very good.
Very good.
Very good. Very,
Very good.
big breath in. And breathing all the way out. We always try and combine. Does make you talk funny. Combine some breathing. It's always good to breathe while you're laughing. Holding the breath, and then ha 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 ha. Another big breath in. And the breathing is very important. There's a couple of different breathing activities we can do. So there's another one where we can, you know, if you can't lift your arms up, if anyone's got any physical issues, we can breathe in this way with bringing the arms in to the chest and then laughing as they go out. So it's kind of like this, breathing in. And then holding, and then laugh it out. And then breathing in again. Holding, and then and then we actually like to empty out the stale air from all the parts of the lungs. So if we do this one, again, just do it if it's comfortable, but putting the arms up this way, slightly back and bent, and a big breath in, and then and then up here again, big breath in, and then and so we're really emptying out all that stale air, and this is where the oxygen, the high levels of oxygen come from. And the reason that you often feel quite peaceful or quite tingly is because you're activating your higher levels of oxygen, which other than laughing, you know, obviously breathing techniques and different things can bring up that oxygen. Exercise will do it. But this way is super fun. Plus you get all the endorphins and you get to play silly games like you did when you were a child, which I don't know, when I was a serious lawyer, I didn't play funny games much, except with my kids, but they were older. They were 9 and 12, so they were getting a bit serious themselves. They used to come to laughter yoga with me until one day my son, very cute, he goes, "Mum, I'm at high school now. I'm sorry, but I can't come to your laughter club anymore," because it was outdoors at the beach, at the local beach. So like, sorry, Mum. When he was 9, when he was 10, good, but no, once he was at high school, sorry. He was so serious about it. "Look, I'm really sorry, Mum, I can't come anymore." All right, so we are going to do one more little funny game, and I'm keeping an eye on the time, and then we're going to do a bit of relaxation and meditation, and I'd like to save a bit of time for questions. So just give your hands a little bit of a rub, and then you're going to pretend that you've just shaken hands with someone, but you've got an electric shock. You know, when you get that sort of like static. So again, you can do this walking around because movement is good. You're walking around and then you go to shake hands, but you get a shock and you pull your hand away and you start laughing. So it's like, oh. Can you do hands? And then what do we say? Very good.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yay.
Yay.
Very good. Yay.
Very good.
There's another good exercise. If you decide to bring laughter, and my encouragement to you would be to bring some laughing into every single day, if not 2 or 3 times a day. And one of the things that's good in the morning when you wake up, you can start to incorporate your laughter into a habit that you already do. So for some people, they might get up, go to the bathroom, or you might go put the jug on for a cup of tea. So do that thing. And as soon as you finish doing it, just do a little bit of ha, 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 ha. Just start to do it gently. Ha, ha. Some people do it as soon as they get in the shower. If you shower every morning, get in the shower. Ha, 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 ha. And so if you link your, you know, you're linking your habit of laughing to something that you always do, then it'll remind you to do it. Might be when you just get in the car, like you just do it first, like have a little practice a number of times. So you get in and laugh and get in and laugh. And then it might be as soon as you get in the car, you just, as you're turning on the engine, getting everything ready, ha, 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 ha. It'll take away all stress of driving.
Get in the car, ha 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 ha.
That's it. And so if you do sort of wake up, some people wake up and they might do yoga or breathing or meditation or something. You can add in some laughing before you meditate, and it helps you to go deeper because of the way it activates the brain, right and left hemispheres. So you can do this little right and left, because this is very good for activating both sides of the nervous system. So you can do it like this. It's ha, 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 ha. And then your elbows, ha, 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 ha. Then your hips, ha, 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 ha. Your knees, ha, 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 ha. So let's do it together. Shaking the lap, laughing. Excellent. And then what do we say? Very good.
Very good.
Very good.
Yay!
Once more.
Very
good.
good.
Very good.
Very good.
Yay. Very good. Yay. Excellent. So if you'd like to take a seat, and I can send Georgina some laughing resources. I've got a little audio. It's quite short. It's like a little laughing meditation. Now that you've understood what we're doing, it's a little track just to guide you through and remind you to laugh, and obviously has me laughing on there. So if you'd like that, I'm happy to send it to Georgina and she can distribute it to everybody. And if you close your eyes now and just do a little tune into your body. And just really allow yourself to just settle into the chair. Just take a moment to appreciate yourself for having engaged in this new activity. Starting to gently notice how you're breathing. Once you've got your body, just kind of let it move around until it's comfortable. And then just tell your body it's going to remain still. The next few minutes, it's going to remain still like a stone chiseled statue. And as you let your body become perfectly still, gently focusing on your breathing. And as you're focusing on your breathing, just taking your attention gently to your right hand. And send an intention that the whole hand relaxes. Noticing the lower part of the right arm and letting that relax. Relaxing your right elbow and the upper part of the right arm. Let your right shoulder relax. Right side of the chest. Your right hip. Letting the relaxation spread through the right thigh, right knee, the lower part of the right leg, ankle, and the whole of the right foot. Notice now the whole right side of the body is relaxed now. As you notice your breathing, also noticing the left hand relaxing, the left wrist, lower part of the left arm, left elbow, upper part of the left arm, down the left side of the body, left hip, left leg, knee, lower part of the left leg, the left ankle's relaxed, and the left foot. Whole left side of the body is relaxing. Then noticing the top of the head, the forehead, relaxing all the facial muscles now. Front of the throat, chest area, relaxing the diaphragm, the big muscle below the ribs. Relaxing the whole of the stomach area, pelvis, relaxing down the front of the legs now. Then just returning to the back of the head. Just relaxing the back of the head and the neck. The right shoulder blade and the left shoulder blade. Middle of the shoulders. Middle of the back. The lower back. Relaxing through the buttocks. Back of the thighs. Back of the knees. Relaxing the calves. Underneath the feet. And then imagining you're like a beautiful tree. Your favorite tree. And you've got roots growing down into the ground. You can use your breath to imagine the breath going from the navel area all the way down the body, down the legs and deep into the earth. As you intend for that to happen, it happens by itself. And let your mind just remember some of the laughing activities we've done. Remember, we talked about that laughing is an activity that helps across many areas of life. So laughing helps your physical health, lowering your blood pressure, activating those happy chemicals. It's an antidepressant. It's a pain reliever. It helps all the systems and the organs of the body be massaged and filled with oxygen. Helps the blood flow through the whole body, circulation. Helps the capacity of the lungs. And then laughter helps our emotional balance. So when you laugh, you're balancing the right and left hemispheres of the brain. You're releasing the chemicals that bring a balance and harmony in the body. Energetically and emotionally, it's opening your heart. And so you feel quite grateful and peaceful and happy. So there's a lot less energy around fighting or conflict. It relaxes your muscles and your nervous system so that emotionally and physically you're not in fight and flight. You're in like the relaxed phase, the part of your nervous system where you're relaxed, present, and aware. And of course, it helps our mental health because it's an antidepressant. The happy chemicals mean that you don't store, if something happens and you laugh about it, you don't store the stress or the emotion of that memory. There's been research about that as well. So it doesn't create the wrapping of that memory and the activity in the brain. So everything that happens to us is just electrical impulses inside our brain, right? It's just those neurons firing. And then, of course, laughing helps our relationships by making us more open, more happy, more present and aware, more kind and considerate. And so that simple act of laughing has multiple benefits across all areas of our life. And the thing is, you already know how to do it. So all you need to do is choose to activate that part of yourself. So you can simply remember a time that you were laughing a lot and you'll feel the memory of that activate. So letting yourself smile at some of the things we did today where we were pretending to shake hands and laughing, and we cleaned our brains with mental floss. There's, of course, lots more of those exercises. The creativity becomes endless. So when you're ready, just moving your body a little bit, gently open your eyes. If anyone's got any questions or any comments, then happy to spend the next 5 minutes or so answering those. And thank you all for your amazing participation. It's been such a joy, as always, to share this life-changing tool. And so I always love the opportunity. So thank you so much to Georgina for putting me on her vision board without knowing it.
Thank you so much, Chamundai. Thank you. And I just thought, I actually do know a hypnotherapy practice where we can install an endorphin button in your mind so that every single time you hit it, you're feeling elated or joyful or laughing. And I did it to myself about 2 weeks ago, and my daughter was winding me up. We were in the car park of the supermarket. She goes, "Mum, hit that button again." It's like, okay, I hit that button. And she was mortified because I was there by the car. I was doubled over. I was howling with laughter. And she's like, "You're so embarrassing. You're so embarrassing." So if anyone's interested, it will take about 5 minutes. I'm happy to do the endorphin button exercise.
Yeah.
Everyone up for it? Okay. All right. So let's do this.
Really good idea.
Feel free to unmute yourself, because let's get that laughter resounding, because we all interact and we all respond to each other. So thank you, Chamundai, for relaxing us all. And I'm going to ask you to just close your eyes again. And because you've just done a lovely meditation exercise, I'm going to count us down from 10 to 0. And you're going to notice as we count down, all of your muscles soften and you go deeper and deeper into a state of relaxation. That's it. So 10, 9, 8, 7, feeling all of your muscles soften. 6, 5, 4, feeling your mind deepen into relaxation. 3, 2, 1. Now I want you to imagine there's a corridor in front of you, and as you walk towards it, you notice a door at the end. I want you to open that door and go into the control room of your mind. Take a good look around. What can you see? What color is it? What texture? Just notice everything. Does there have a certain smell to the air? See what you see and notice everything about this room. And maybe there's a particular control panel that takes your interest, and as you approach it, you might see lots of dials and levers and sliders, and there's a button, there's a big button there, and it's got endorphins written all over it. And I want you to take a seat, pull up a chair, see if there's a nice comfortable chair nearby, and sit next to it. And you may notice that that endorphin button's got a bright, colourful texture to it, and it's got endorphins written all over it. And as you sit there, that's right, I want you to call to mind a time when you felt really good. I mean, it could have been from laughing like an absolute lunatic. It could have been from you feeling elated from an adventure. It could be from something romantic, but go to that place in your mind now and step into that feeling. See what you see, hear what you hear, feel what you hear, and amplify it. If that sense of elation and feel good had a color, wash yourself with it and just double it, intensify it. See what you're seeing, hear what you're feeling, triple it, and feel this energy start to radiate out of you as you're starting to feel this amazing energy. That's right. See what you're seeing, hear what you're feeling, and loop it around and around and around again. So you're feeling this surge of energy. This is what endorphin is. It's a wave, and you're feeling it now wash over you, and you're feeling really, really good. Double it, triple it now. And in a moment, I'm going to ask you to lean over. We're going to hit that endorphin button. But before we do that, I want you to double and triple that feeling, whatever it is that you're feeling. Double it now, triple it now, make it amplified. That's amazing. Now lean over and bang that endorphin button. As you do, you notice this feeling flood out of you. Feeling great, feeling elated, feeling positive, starting to feel amazing. Maybe you want to bang that again. Let's hit it again. Let's hit it again. Hell, let's just keep on hitting this endorphin buttons as you're feeling great. This energy is surging out of you. You're feeling good. Every single part of you. See what you're seeing, hear what you're hearing, feeling good. Hit that button again. Woo, who's feeling good? Let's just hit it a few more times because we can. Let's just hit that endorphin. Just hit that endorphin button, feeling good. Just amplify it, hit it, hit it, hit it. And knowing that as you do, you're creating a powerful anchor, a really powerful anchor in and that control room, it's in your mind all the time. You can go back there anytime you want to so that you can come back and feel really good. And I'm going to count us down now from 5 down to 1. And as you do, you're going to come back into the room really feeling excellent. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back in the room.
That was fun.
Anyone want to have a hit of their endorphin button?
That
So you can do that in the morning when you need to have a giggle.
It's great. I love it. What a great compliment to what we were already doing. I love it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone have any questions before we go? No.
I want to say thank you so much for organising this. That was really good. It's 9 o'clock in Australia. I don't know if some of you are in Australia, but where you are. But yeah, it's quite late in the UK, and I wasn't sure about. I was gonna think I'm gonna just get to bed, but I'm really glad I did it. It was amazing. And I was just thinking about, I did a networking event last week, and it was like a speed networking thing where we had future leaders and young leaders. And I was just thinking, imagine if we did this at the start of it with people, or when we literally just like did one of those exercises before we spoke to people, just how amazing it would just be really fun. So
yeah. And
yeah,
that's a
just
beautiful,
like
I love that example because that's just a great example of how you can just take it and plug it into
yeah.
Yeah, it's fantastic. It's great.
Thank you so much for your time, Chamundai. And thank you everyone for joining us. Keep laughing.
Yes, keep laughing and let us know how you're going. Send us laughing messages on Facebook or Instagram or wherever you find us.
Thank you very much. Have a good evening.
Bye.
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 Bye.